I've seen all good people now, and it includes you. The perspective that I take to feel comfortable in saying this is one that is inclusive of all the days of any particular person's life. Because as a baby, one can easily find a sense to appreciate the characteristics of an individual. That doesn't mean that by the time they reach 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years of age, I feel the same way, because sometimes people get lost, and what they become is not what I appreciate at all. So keeping a sense of perspective is important when evaluating what I'm saying. Good morning. It's going to be another great day. It already has begun. Finding a comfortable posture, undisturbed, beginning to further relax, become more calm, allowing oneself to have a sense of ease, a sense of vitality for sure, a sense of awareness rising in oneself of our world, allowing oneself to be becoming more aware of our physicality, the warmth of our bodies, feeling the heat energizing us and emanating through our skin, feeling our pulse as our body is heated by the actions of our heart and our lungs, feeling ourselves breathing, our chests rising, pausing and subsiding, pausing again, again, and again, and again. This is the foundation of our being. It's very old, millions of years. This is what we commonly call evolution. It's to be praised. Look how lucky we are. It's to be celebrated and appreciated every day as a simple and easy way to begin one's day with a sense of appreciation. We are here now, bundles of miracles. Saying this over and over again, humbled in our perception of the immensity of creation, over and over again, and grateful, full of gratitude, appreciation for being aware of the majesty of creation and our opportunity to play a part. This is like a prayer or a mantra. This is a sacred saying, and it can be yours if you take it apart and analyze it and make it one's own. This is a great way to begin before you even get out of bed. We are here now, bundles of miracles, humbled by the immensity of creation, and thankful for each of us being allowed to play a part, not taking the simplicity of our lives for granted, but celebrating them. This is what it's all about. Ultimately, the purpose of mindfulness and meditation are to come into these realizations. We satisfy our needs for happiness. This is what we're doing. Following as one enters and leaves the cycle of breath and begins again, deepening, being purposeful in what you're accomplishing, in your maintenance of one's life, feeling deeper inside of oneself, one's shimmering majesty, one's physical quaking, vibrating, scintillating, shimmering, feeling this now. Easy to forget, understandable. When you do something hundreds of thousands, millions of times a day, it can be kind of monotonous to just focus on this, but yet it is important to remember just what we are, how to play, how to have a perspective, how to be appreciative. These are the things that mindfulness and meditation are for. It is not to sit and be dumbfounded. It is not to sit and be as if one is dead. It is to celebrate the majesty of creation. Think about it. Which would you rather do? Sit as a blank screen, or be glad that one is alive? And there you go. There's your answer. How does one gain a sense of focus and concentration? It is the same for everything. If as a child you want to pursue a sport or some kind of an activity, sewing or tinkering with cars or cooking or whatever it might be, how does one improve? Practice. Practice means that you are paying attention. Paying attention means that you are investing one's own energy in whatever this pursuit is. It's easy. It's common sense. What are our objectives then? What is important for you and I? Those are the choices that we make every day when we awake. What do I want to do? How do I want to begin? What do I want to think? What do I want to know? What do I want to perceive? It's as simple as this. Opening one's eyes in a sense of awareness. Begin. Maybe for you it's a prayer or a mantra, or maybe it's a sacred saying, similar or different than mine. Whichever, whatever it might be. It is one's beginning, one's dawning in one's day. Be wise. Be as smart as one can be. And begin your day with a sense of reverence for what you are going to create. We do not have an infinite amount of time in this physical form we share. It is of limited duration. Making the best and the most of what we have is common sense, a good goal. And yet, realizing it will not always be this way. Sometimes we find ourselves suffering. Sometimes we find ourselves experiencing a state of remorse. And yet, widening our perspective, as we are doing in meditation and mindfulness, is a way to soothe and remember we are a bundle of miracles, no matter what. And if we are wise and mature and utilize our experience, we can find a sense of gratefulness and humility when we think of what we have been born into, this creation, this universe, this world we call our own. Similarly, with this background, this beginning of the formation of a foundation of our own personalities, remembering we have a responsibility to ourselves, to those we love, to those we share our space with, our time with, our friends, our communities, our nations, our world. In today's ever-decreasing size, and we realize in our wisdom, we, as a predominant species upon this world, are stewards of the future, of the existence of life. Thinking about what we are doing as you breathe, as we pulse, as we shimmer with life, feeling deep inside and continuing on one's own. Namaste.